Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights from the LEC Spring 2025.
Yeah.
It's insane. I've tried to play him. Oh, a great hook here from Mickey.
It's like he's just waiting for us to get through it. And there's going to be a jungle bout though. Sheo versus Razork, but Razork completely fine with this. Double bust versus Singular, I believe, but Stend is in trouble. So is Mickey. Runs into the thick of things, and Flacker just dies. Flash away, Dredgeline close to reconnecting. Meanwhile, Sheo is still getting bullied. Razork gets his flash. He's thinking about a chase as well. Dang, no level 6s here, but Razork's at least in first.
Yeah, no sums here for either bot lane. Oh, Stend.
Dredgeline again, but the steadfast presence doesn't do anything. Stend gets the shove against the wall, but Razork with the flash onto this Poppy. It's going to be a trade. Upset stands his ground though, gets the kill, cleanses out Sheo. Now in a lot of trouble, and there should be enough damage with lethal tempo. Upset makes it 3. Fnatic off to a roaring start in the perfect place. Just what you want as a fan.
And Upset is getting absolutely everything here. 3-0 start, as you said, Hysterics. He's off to the best start you can imagine as the Kai'Sa, and it's these all-ins that you really don't want in this MF Kai'Sa matchup. You want to poke the Kai'Sa down and eventually whittle her to a point where she can't play. But instead, they're going for full all-ins. Mid trades on mid here, don't think it's going to amount to much. But this Kai'Sa is so far accelerated now that it's so easy to play this Fnatic team comp. You can just Vi ult in, Yone ult in, send it with the Kai'Sa, and any fight should be winning.
Let's follow up Humanoid, caught out Stend, easy kill for Camilo.
And Humanoid knew he was
That
there.
was egregious.
Yeah.
He has flash available, but I guess broken with a W.
Yeah.
We talk about a different solo lane though. Camilo is caught out, ulted down, but where's the damage? Camilo ulties Humanoid back, he's dead again!
Oh my god!
Depth charge once more, but Camilo escapes, and Fnatic that dive.
It's a heroic save from Stend. He flashed
He plays group hug deck and Magic, so I'm like, you know, I've got that terminology down packed.
Yeah.
I do like group hug. Hugs are friendly for everyone. Play
I
stop,
like
by the way.
hugs as well. Hugs are good, for sure.
Maybe we
Especially
just all adjusted, that's
I
why.
think when Drakes are taking this late, and you're not really on soul point or anything. Oh, but they are going to look to contest the Herald here, but I do think Team Heretics are at a disadvantage without the Sejuani ult.
Well, Humanoid has his, so the setup could be there. Dredgeline started off, depth charge. Camilo is out though, so no bounce house for Team Heretics. Stend misses! He whiffs the ulti, goes nowhere. Humanoid now has it perfectly aligned. Fnatic's team fight is just sublime. Flacket with no escape and a barrier. Wouldn't use that if I were you. You're dead to the water. Upset kill number 5 and 1 misstep. Fnatic have your number.
Fnatic might have just ran away with the game. It's going to turn, but this is not a spot where Poppy can really go in. You have no Sejuani ult. The tools that you need are not there, and the Poppy ulti missing as well. Just allows Humanoid to go for a beautiful flash in, sets it up with the ult. It's tough for me to see how Team Heretics can really claw their way back in. I think they need to go for some sort of side lane play as they're looking for now onto Oscar, but Gragas is great at trying to clear out these waves and surviving under tower, but with the Poppy, I do believe they should be able to maybe just one-shot him.
Barrel Roll going to slow things down. Ulti used, the wave cleared out, but look, Carlson bobbed back. Ulti to bring him back on in, and Oscar in and tried to run away, but Carlson's on point, shut down for the Team Heretics top lane.
And it's a nice attempt from Oscar with some fancy feet, but he does not dodge out on the public execution and ends up going down, but Fnatic able to pick up the tier 1 on top, Herald for the tier 2, and they're ballooning a massive gold lead here, as it's probably going to be nearly 3k after they get this tier 2, and Humanoid, who was down 1.2k gold, is now
over even.
Yeah.
It's crazy, isn't it? And one thing I want to say, Jack, is that, you know, the Herald value you get from using on tier 2 now is TP is going to hold me before I get to talk him up. Carlson, he might just get solid out. What do you do? That's a 2-item Kai'Sa, kill number 6. It is Upset's world this game, and I'm just...
There were opportunities where he could do so much more.
Yep.
And he's always grasping at them now, even when it's a little bit too much.
True.
Which is exactly what I love to see in a great ADC.
Taking risks rather than playing it safe.
Yeah.
I tried to say it properly yesterday, but I'll say it again. Like, you know, a ship is safe in the harbor, but that's not what a ship's for.
So low. No flash on him as well. TP in from Oscar.
No, as Oscar comes in, he's got everything up and available, but Team Heretics turn on him. It's a great turn. Oscar sent up, can't escape, but Artican's dead. Razork re-engages and Flacket. The turning angle is Upset, dealing with Carlson. Watch the Kai'Sa. Carlson on top of him, trying the bullet time, doing the same, but Carlson looks for escape, then turns off Upset. The ulti of Camilo doesn't reach the Kai'Sa. Drags line into the wall. Team Heretics Heretics with numbers to take them all.
They're doing
Humanoid in trouble as well. Stend, it was his engage with Flacket at full HP again. I kept watching Upset, thinking of the play, but Team Heretics juggled that like they were in the circus.
And I don't know how they did it, but Team Heretics somehow managed to find the path to win this fight, going 3 for 1.
A little bit, still 2,000 gold down, but now that Dragon's up in 20, Jack, I wanted to ask you about item setup here with the 2-item Azir, 2-item Ambessa. What you kind of think of the setup surrounding this?
I mean, Fnatic are the ones without any flashes, while Camilo has his, which I think can mean he can play much more aggressive than before, while also having that zone is completed. But it's a beautiful split push here by Humanoid, and Razork is covering for him. I'm a bit worried here that Camilo might get caught by Razork plus Humanoid, and then they can drop this Drake and just play for Iniv. I'm not sure if Camilo can actually defend.
You're right, steps back. Expects it, Razork wanting to go forward, Camilo still standing, inhibitor down. Good side push from Fnatic as Humanoid almost catches him. Heretics getting the Dragon, that's nice, but can they get the fight up? The execution from Carlson almost connecting. That public execution now down, Team Heretics looking to back, but inhibitor drops. I think Fnatic are cheering at this trade.
Yeah, it's great macro by Fnatic. The thing is, it's sole point for Fnatic, so Team Heretics feels pressured, but at the end of the day, they get a singular Dragon.
Yeah.
This Ocean Dragon means barely anything for Team Heretics. While they
lost, problem, isn't it? The Kais is still fed.
Yeah.
Even after a brilliant fight from Heretics, they need to do it again on a ward. Stend, you're right, caught out over the top, over the edge, never again. Stend is dead. Fnatic have a pick, they have a numbers advantage for 35 seconds.
Big mistake from Stend here, and that might just be Nash for Fnatic, as Oscar looks to push out this top wave. And Humanoid might look to 1v1 Carlson.
Who wins this? You think Humanoid? I know Ambessa though, but Blade of the Ruined King, all in, set up, fate is sealed, and I'm sad I questioned it. Humanoid is winning that completely. Carlson trying to play around, Shield Bash comes out, public execution, I might have been wrong, the shield's out, pacing through, Carlson gets flipped up, almost does it, but Humanoid stands strong, he stands forever.
We missed Team Heretics getting nearly aced in the top side, as Fnatic now are onto the Nash. And they get everything. They win the bot side fight, they win the top side fight, and you have to feel that might just be the game.
At least it's an entertaining way to end. I mean, Humanoid, God, from starting in misery, but as I've learned, misery loves company. And Stend, you know, this game tried to put him in the basket. Humanoid refused to go in. Look at the objectives taken. Look at the gold spring into life. Red Bull Baron power play is only going to make that a bigger reality. Is Inner, in mid, Inner and bot's about to drop down.
Probably wins that.
True.
And then maybe can base TP, try to help his team. But now, Fnatic, they want to get mid and bot, or even look to 1v1 Carlson to pressure even further.
Humanoid is at the Nexus turret though, and Carlson's at half HP, so that'll open up Fnatic a bit of pressure. Stretching thin as Team Heretics, and I don't blame them. Nowhere to go, not even to go home.
Yeah, that's mid inhib down, and you have to feel now with Fnatic rotating to bot, they'll be able to get this bot inhib as well. Triple inhib. Usually it's just a death sentence. Oscar here, hovering up to the side, has flash.
Look at the Humanoid, he's just stepping up to the Nexus turret. That's going to die to Baron minions. Oscar now on a flank, Team Heretics committing to one angle, but they find nothing. Set up by the Grog Assault as well, and the depth charge did the rest. Camilo's ulti buffered by Razork channeling in his Fists of Fury. Dredgeline back in. There are some casualties for Fnatic, but Upset will surely seal the rest. Camilo tried his heart out, but Heretics weren't enough. It's Fnatic 6-2. It's Fnatic who once again are leading the LEC.
And Fnatic want to try to get that first place, baby, with Upset at the helm, playing beautifully, snowballing off of that early game, moved all around the map. Great team fighting, great. So ideally then Seri can scale up a little bit better. The thing that Alistar then provides in exchange is the tankiness and just the scaling factor of always being a lot more.
Still 4 minions there, but no, it's past the point of no return, right?
They're still able to hold it though.
Okay.
Oh, with Oscar here with a great all-in, but Carlson
whacks him back actually. Carlson against Oscar.
That's Gnarlson, baby.
That is Gnarlson in the flesh.
That's beautiful. And with a bot lane on
But it's
fire,
still horrible.
it's still pretty damn
It's
bad.
still the price of a kill and a half just from that crash. Sorry, just from that that freeze.
Yeah. And it's going to be the first straight going over to the side of Fnatic as well with Camilo. Oh, Razork doesn't have smite. Camilo doesn't.
He doesn't know that though.
Doesn't know.
No.
No. In the rebuttal.
Oh yeah.
I think that's kind of a pro skewed ability.
True. is annoying. Now, it is a slow early game.
It is.
It is being like this last game too. The other thing was the solo kill is Carlson. Holy. Trying to do it again. For the meantime, I can tell you what happens and what is going to happen with Heretics' success. Now, we talked a little bit before about it with Fnatic. I'll mention again with Team Heretics is Oscar's about to get whomped. This time Shao gets involved. Top a success story. Team Heretics trying to make it the same with bots. Then looking for an engagement. Camilo sends out the rebuttal, rather the snare comes in and just to walk it out. As I was saying, for Team Heretics, they've had big wins to split, not as many as Fnatic, but this would
he
go...
just runs around the map.
Yep.
Guess what my sound rushed?
What do you do? Hard2?
Hard2, yeah.
Yeah, against range top.
No, against nobody top.
Oh, sorry.
Barnett is just running around the map.
Is he actually, is that what he does?
Yeah, he doesn't go farm. He just runs around.
Wait, so it literally zero farm?
Yeah.
Stand, hang on,
like
pause that.
farm.
Crush down. He might have to flash out of the back of the pit. Razork gets his heart steel stack.
Oh,
now work. Razork follows. Big business still found here over the wall as Sten is just getting whomped to death. The briefcase is out, but there could be some turn of play. Mickey's getting poked out, electrocuted, and the Sapper can help out, but there's one kill for Flacken. Feats of warfare, flush over. Shao sees an angle. Team Heretics, that went better than would have been expected.
Yeah, it was a bit of a greedy play here by Razork and Mickey going up of it. But overall, still looks like it's going to be the Drake for the side of Fnatic. It's Carlson tries to fight Oscar here.
Boy, a good sidestep from the snip. Oscar is stacking up. Carlson needs to pace this well. W comes out and tip of the
gets the slow.
The scissors, yep. Forget it. That's it. Carlson gets a womp of the trade.
But Sten is here. Not sure. I think he was spotted out by Oscar though, the Warden River. So Oscar should know. I'm not sure if they can die. Gwen W is still on cooldown, but it's only 3 minions. A little bit too difficult.
You love the small things in League, don't you?
Yeah.
You're very on top of the small things. Like, if someone misses a minion, you'll tell me how that affects the moon phase. You know, like, you see this minions here for Oscar. If he misses this one, actually it ends up being...
It makes League fun, I think, part of it. Because that's what Snowball is in League.
That's very true.
Oh, Camilo here.
Yeah, he's just dead. Rebuttal out.
Execute?
Mickey wants... Execute comes out. Meanwhile, what's happening in top? Team Heretics, an angle. Into the wall goes Oscar again. Sten times it well. Really nice CC chain. Oscar's dead. And he goes down to Carlson. The top lane carry reignited for game 2.
And did you see what Carlson did there? The little thing he did? He held his auto attack to secure the kill, to make sure that he got it over Sten. And that's Gnarlson, baby. With now 3 kills onto Oscar for Team Heretics. Oscar having a tough game that has ballooned now into 2k gold lead for this Gnar. And he can be such a menace on the side lane as there's so little CC for the side of Fnatic to deal with them. And now it looks like it's going to be Herald for the side of Team Heretics as well.
Okay.
Oscar is still dead.
Razork doesn't want to contest this, doesn't want to walk in. You're right, teleport up for Oscar, but as he now just spawns, Herald goes down. Team Heretics, a really solid baseline in this game. They've lost Grubs laying down what I guess is their line in the sand around mid.
Look at top here, Carlson taking a very...
Gnarlson. Nice one. It is Gnarlson, isn't it? You're right, with Trinity Force. Let's see who's stronger, and I think we know the answer. Needlework needs to connect fully, but Carlson gets him up against the wall. He's slowed down into Mini-Gnar he wants, because he wants the range. Oscar somehow still winning it, but that just feels like a Gwen thing as, again, the tip of the scissors come out. Oscar runs.
It's a little bit audacious here for Carlson as he wants to walk all the way around this Gwen, but that's not really how you can play this matchup. You need to do it slowly, whittle her down. Oh, might even be first tower for Oscar in here, as I think even if Carlson TPs...
Is Gwen that broken to just win that 1v1?
Well, the thing is, if you play... The thing is, yes. With just sitting on this Catalyst and then building into other items, just because the Catalyst of Eons provides so much of that tankiness that Rotobages would. And now you can see if you look at his HP bar, I mean, how many bars is that? That's a lot.
That's some bars, yeah. That's more than Dracos has. Like, Humanoid, he's level 12 as well. The zone is big. Mickey pops the Unbreakable Will. Camilo zones, only to protect. 5 seconds till Dragon. Mickey want to have the Unbreakable Will. Heretics also got his flash out, thanks to that Solar Snare. Team Heretics might have this Dragon in the bag.
Mickey going a bit too far forward here. Now, without the ultimate and half HP, it's hard for me to really see Fnatic contesting this.
Camilo's taken some damage himself. What can Razork achieve? He's sending out some poke, and True Shot Barrage will do the same. Maybe there's an angle here. Sten getting low as well. Fnatic bringing this on the verge after Mickey got caught. Now there might be a re-engage, but Carlson goes into Meganar. He's about to. He's a little early though. Razork thumping him around as stun comes through. Dragon's down, but Carlson flashes away. Heretics looking for their grand escape as Flacker can get over. Camillo flashes. Oscar Renan running into 4 people. Gwen now has an item, ladies and gentlemen. And at half HP, he'll soldier forward. Upset blue. Humanoid to fly too. Sheo is the last one alive with stand off the wazoo. That was Fnatic's fight through and through.
Fnatic take absolutely everything. They get 4 kills, and it's Heretics' indecisiveness that ultimately costs them. They get the initial damage onto Mickey, but then they get poked out, whittled down, until eventually they have to run. And at that point, Humanoid...
in this game, now up 4,000 gold off the back of the play. Dragon was denied, but it's kind of like last game, getting deja vu as Stender's caught out. He's on the wrong side. He won't get to crash down anywhere. And Humanoid puts a gravity field down. You're right, just dead in the water.
Very deja vu of last game.
It's so deja vu where it's like, for the Dragon trade, what do we get? What do we do for halting that stacking? It was sole point. And Fnatic get the whole world. 4,000 is the lead. And look at where they are in the jungle right now.
Yeah, Upset forcing out this red buff, and now Camillo might be the one in trouble here.
Solar Snare connects again. Mickey's going to get the engage. Rebuttals out, but True Shot Barrage connects indeed after that cooldown. Oh my God. Upset's going to take it forward. He's unstoppable again. Nature's Grass takes hold, but Sheo is Arcane Shift on. Upset just doesn't care. Running in, flashes away, but he can now range again. Sheo has to kite this out, and even though Upset is low, Mickey's trying to buy some time. Upset's finally going to get out, but Razork again, he just won't get off that phone.
And this is the renewed confidence I was talking about for Upset. He
so
just keeps clicking forward.
LEC, what do we know? G2 Fnatic are back.
Oh, it's a play here from Team Heretics onto Oscar. He does have the W and the ulti.
Wave clear comes first. Needlework, he dodges out of the way. He's bought so much time. The snip doesn't connect. Oscar burns. Sten doesn't die. Mickey can't come to save the play, but look at top lane. Humanoid is pushing down the turret in the meanwhile. And for Heretics, that might look like a win, but like, what does it cost?
Yeah,
I call that a big problem.
Yeah, I think Team Heretics has to drop this. I just don't see how they can really enter, but oh, Fnatic are actually choosing to run down mid instead of entering the Drake here.
Heretics don't have a Gnar buff, so Nalson can't come in and whomp him. I mean, Nature's Grass going to fly, and Razork's going to block it. He's spell immune. There's the Magma Storm from Sten. It's a great engage, but it's onto 2 tanks. The re-engage from Fnatic's bigger. Mickey under turret cares not an upset. He's still at full HP. Carlson ran. Ember 2 is dead. A Solar Snare won't save his life. It's a Devil Snare, more like it, but they need sunlight. Team Heretics just need the will of the sun. Something bright, something good. Fnatic will block out all communication. Take the planet for themselves, and Sheo auto down to Death Storm. Fnatic 25 minutes. This one's in the bag.
And Razork's stocks are through the roof as he's just doing business all over Team Heretics with an ace for Fnatic. It's going to be GG. They're going to take the Nexus Towers down, and Fnatic are in contention for first place.
And they deserve to be called the best team, don't they? Fnatic with a clean 2-0. Just when you think Europe's changing tides, we return to where we started.
Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights from the LEC Spring 2025.
Headweek burning both of his summoners as Drake has been begun by Bukada. Rika here first means that SK should be able to secure the dragon without too much contest.
Yeah, so they just got to back away. You're going to...
Alvaro has left his AD carry down towards the bottom side. Will jump in. World Ender coming out. There's the Weaver's Wall as well from Jojo. Looking for the CC now onto Genex. Alioya jumps in, tanks the tower. 2 shots, flashes away. And Mkoya on the board.
Nicely done by Mkoy. This is, again, just playing off these nice timing windows that they had.
That's obviously the issue. For the moment, though, Mkoy, although we've said there've been a couple of foibles, a couple of fails here and there, they are still about 1,000 gold in the lead. SK have set up around the Drake. There's the Tibbers into the CC. True Shot Barrage coming out, but Alvaro goes in with the quickness and props it on all 3 members of SK. They can't escape. The collapse is rapid from Mkoy. They manage now to take a bunch of damage off this mid lane tower. Genex coming in. The Aatrox still not doing as much as he would like.
Yeah, but still managed to get the flash from Super, but Movistar Koi set up well on the return punch. SK hoping to find some sort of pick, but now first Dragon for Movistar Koi looking inevitable.
Now Rika has to flash away here as well, just trying to fight over something that he doesn't really need to fight over. Put back into the unraveled earth. Super gets his second of the game. The Inferno Chains comes out with a Grand Star Ball, and that will be one in response. Genex able to pick up the kill. Newin laid down the equalizer. Bukata jump forward. Aegis Assault keeps him alive for now. Alioya still trading in. Kedui coming in from the side as well as he looks to join the fight. Alvo forced low, but Janax forced lower. He goes back in a grave. Kedui getting chased out by Mirwin. The Flame Spitter will be enough if he had Leandries, but he doesn't quite have that item complete. Alioya looking for the win, becomes lightning, has the flash as he tanks up a tower shot. And it's a little bit messy, but Koi get out with a dragon and a 3.
From to just go up with it, but doesn't end up going for it. Movistar Koi then start to run away. Then there's a few more foibles as we go into the bot lane.
Yeah, Janax is dead. Hex Drinker isn't going to shield you from the physical damage of Super. No mystery there to be solved.
Thanks, Raggy.
Oh, can't believe that. We're 4 of it. They'll take a blue. They'll take some plates towards that top lane. Small advantages gained wherever they can find them, but those advantages quickly being nullified by the fact that Koi are bulldozing the rest of the map.
I think it's also just that they're always like, even here, it's a half step behind. You've lost bot tower, you will trade it for top, but it's another 30 to 40 seconds before you actually get it, which means that then Movistar Koi will be up here, they can get the next wave, but they can also start to put pressure.
12-minute sub is really nice to get that Rod of Ages out. For now, I have to wait until we're about 25 minutes into the game. Genex caught in the side lane once again. His flash about to come off cooldown, but not quickly enough, methinks, as he's knocked up with a grand entrance. He makes a grand exit in a body bag.
Yeah, 1 and 4 now. The Aatrox has not been having a fun time in the side lane, and Movistar Koi been doing a good job of jumping on, but Mirwin might be next.
Round walk forward, lands the harpoon, gets the slow on Rika, which might keep him out of reach. Needs the overload in the Rune Prison. Mirwin flashes into the Rift Tower pit, TP's out, and survives.
So that was actually really smart from Mirwin.
Yeah, that was really
underneath
quick.
the Rift Tower, so then you can't get the CC chain to keep him in place. So nice job from Mirwin to escape away from that.
Really solid from Mirwin. Still back for the fight if one does erupt. Rift held the only key point of neutral objectives, but you can still play for this mid lane tower. TP coming in, there's a Weaver's Wall to separate SK into 2 distinct entities. Rika comes in and is stuck between a wall and a very hard place. Super with his 5th of the game.
And that's going to be another tower falling and the Rift Tower going to Movistar Koi alongside the 2 kills. Sit as a group in your base and go, okay, no, it's your turn to face check. I face checked the last time around. Now this one's on you. You're like, no, I face checked last week because no one on this team wants to tibbers, and you know we kind of.
Isn't there lore that Daisy's meant to be Annie's sister?
Something like that.
Yeah, something along those lines. Equalizer goes down onto Loopy, and Loopy. Oh, the round walk. Leandries, guys, come on, come on. You think you can escape the fire, Annie? You were born in it, molded by it. One, and then won't really go up from there for the rest of the game.
Yeah, it's a difficult one for SK. And I think, look, a lot of people kind of expected this. Movistar Koi have felt like they're on an absolute tear. I think there was the one series against Vitality where Lindsay thought did a great job as Bukata.
Nice sidestep there from Jojo. Gonna land some more damage with that threaded volley, but can't chase Bukata any further.
But yeah, I'll hold on to this, because it looks like he might get a bit of engage off of Yoyo. Well, now.
Oh, here he goes. Checks the wrong bush. Seismic shove. He misses, gets hit with the tibbers, the chase is on. TP coming out, but the rest of Koi are beginning to collapse, and SK are about to find themselves in a 4v5. Rika tries to get the realm warp out, but can't get back in before the quickness locks him down. Genex on the wrong side of the wall now. Will get a shutdown onto Jojo Pyun. Equalizer onto the backline. Bukata caught first. The quickness coming out as well, as Kedui is locked up, and Alioya will chase him down. Crescent Guard, more for the damage than anything else. It's an ace for 1 for Koi.
SK got their man. It's just unfortunate they had to lose everything for us. And now Movistar Koi, with Mira pushing in this bottom side, should be able to crack the base for themselves. A good turnaround from Movistar Koi. I respected SK, but there's just not much you can do here.
Yeah, it's so difficult for them. You can see how quickly they're trying to collapse. They have a Grand Starfall coming in, Genex teleporting in as well, but you just don't have the damage. You just can't work your way through this Koi lineup quickly enough. And there will be Atakan. It will be jungle camps stolen away as well. I will say
Bukata that Jojo Pyun has, and then the follow-up is there. And honestly, it's only really Jojo Pyun overextending that lets Genex come back through here as he tries to get the wall down.
Oh, Kedwi's been caught out. Will try an arcade shift across the wall, but won't get there in time. He's dead. Mirwin's on a rampage. Only 2 players on Koi have died in this entire game. Jojo and Super letting the team down a smidge. Just a smidge.
I thought you were going to say like massively or significantly, and I was like,
No,
yeah, they should be reported.
Every now and again, I'll say something that is obviously a joke, and then I'll get angry fans in my DMs telling me that,
See,
I can't believe you flame a team like that,
I think
you know?
everyone just assumes what I say is a joke at all. Hey, we're not really overextending. Now, they're about to pull the trigger, but it's like, you know, so even there, they're not really. They're just forcing SK back.
Yeah.
And I think this is where that growth from Movistar Koi has really impressed me, and why like I actually really enjoy watching this team now is because I always like there is a very much of understanding of how we should be positioned on the map, how we're setting up our vision, how deep can we actually go on a play before it actually is just us throwing the game away. And there was always kind of that like, okay, Koi have a lead last year, but are they going to be able to hold on to it, right? Yeah. But this year, it feels like Koi have a lead. Okay, this game is over. Yeah. And I think that's kind of like the growth and what I've really enjoyed about watching Koi this season.
100% agree with you. I think it's important to clarify in this series at least, they're playing up against SK. They're doing everything right, but the caliber of opposition isn't a Fnatic or a G2 or a Carmine.
They just come off the back of
they have, exactly, right? And that's the thing. This has been consistency over a couple of weeks now, at least for Koi. Loopy goes in, great flash from Jojo. Realmore coming out as well, but that's the Weaver's Walk from Jojo to get himself to safety. The collapse beginning for Movistar Koi as Alioya works his way around the bend. The quickness out, and there's the lockup onto Bukada. Loopy falls first, Bukada follows suit. The TP out from Rika towards the top side, abandoning his comrades in arms.
Ultimate was great. And the interrupt from Albro here as well, because Bukada was like, oh my god, I need to peace out, but there was just no hope. And at least it's Freaker who ends up escaping.
Take a fight, and it's like, oh, we'll outplay them in the fight, because Koi aren't taking any fights.
Yeah.
They're just suffocating you out of the game. Like, Bukada has got like 10 CS in the last 5 minutes of the game, right?
He's got 2 caps.
Yeah, exactly. They've just been suffocated. So SK are doing everything they can, trying to find gold wherever they can on the map. They'll take the bot lane tier 1, but Koi take an inhibitor in response. The next wave in mid, probably about 20 seconds away from crashing in here. So they have a little bit of time to wait, maybe less than that, maybe 10, as it will start to push in. Koi only playing on 2 waves in total right now, top and mid. Bot wave a mile away from them. There's the Weaver's Wall to separate out the team. Kedwi almost on the wrong side of the wall with the quickness coming out from Alvaro. He flashes forward into the equalizer. Loopy looking for the stun with the tippers as well, but it's only going to land onto Alioya. SK are able to retreat for now, but the chase continues from Koi. Good seismic shove onto Kedwi, but he begins to open up. Mystic shots hitting Kedwi with the barrier, able to survive for now. The inhibitor will go down. Koi likely to back away.
I mean, they got what they wanted. The inhibitors are gone. It was a good ultimate from Jojo to separate SK as well, so there isn't really any ability to fight back. Now with a soul in 50 seconds, you have options. It's just go and push in bottom side. You can commit to the play if SK ever overextend. If they don't, great, just fall back.
And forcing SK to have to play on 2 lanes at once.
SK are also desperately trying to get Rika up towards his items. Couldn't quite get the Zhonya's Arrow's glass, but at least has most of it.
Oh, stun onto Alvaro, will dash away just in time to escape the tower shots. True shot barrage comes through and Alvaro goes down. SK get their 3rd on the board in almost 30 minutes. And they delay the push out of Koi.
But they didn't really have to use anything either. Loopy still has his flash, still has that ultimate up and available as well. So Koi have to be a little careful as they try and move forward towards this, but letting the creeps do the work at the moment.
Yeah, you can see they're being very careful by just standing next to the cannon and saying, we can take a little bit of poke to make sure this inhibitor tower goes down. The Drake up for them will be Cloud's soul for Koi if they can secure it, and secure it they should. Looks like Mirwin and Jojo are just fishing, seeing if anyone steps into the treacherous waters of their own blue side, but no one from SK will. So Koi will just take the Cloud Soul. And when Alvaro respawns, expect them all to reset and then push in a long way away from his base. 8 seconds before he'll be able to get back. Mirwin might try and keep him around. Kedwi instead decides to reset his base. And now Mirwin's just going to burn him down. No barrier, no flash, no life left for Kedwi. He will fall 20 kills to 3 now for Koi.
Yeah, I appreciate the attempt, but the target selection isn't there. You can see right there, super immediate cleanse as Loopy tries to go on him.
Yeah, Grand Starfall coming out as well from Bukada. Aegis assaults backwards, knowing that's where all of Koi are. Equalized down as well as Genex tries to survive through this, but just can't. Super flashing forward, pops the Featherstorm at the end, looking for the Quadra and will not claim it. Mirwin takes it. Koi demolish SK in game 1.
That was
this time we will see it brought out. I think I'm pretty sure it's the first time Mirwin's played it all year. I'm going to have a quick check on that. Yeah, hasn't played it all year. So Mirwin continuing to invent. Alioya already on this Drake though. And Koi will start the Dragon sacking early.
You do have to be a little careful as Kadui in the top side though, because you've just hit 5. Mirren's about to hit 6, and honestly I think one big engage with no flash and no barrier for at least a little bit could mean that Mirren could end up setting up for something. So you can see they have to play, well, actually Koi realizing it.
Alvaro goes in, Shadowing Strike onto Loopy, so he can't body slam you out of the crash down, but Kedui obviously does still have that Valkyrie, a little escape tool in his toolkit to extricate himself from that situation. Mirwin, as you say, is that level 6. The Slicing Maelstrom can do a lot of work. Super dealing with Genax, but he can always just dance across the wall to safety.
Yeah, it's going to be very hard for Genax to really do anything, but yeah, you can see here, Koi know how much damage they have, and that's a
nice stun onto Loopy for Mirwin. Alvaro claims first blood with the Ignite. The wave now pushed in. Kedui will catch it under his tower, but Mirwin and Alvaro showing their synergy is just as on point as Clutches. I wonder if we'll see Jojo going for the Catalyst build here, or if he'll go for a full Rod of Ages. Already has a Sapphire and a Ruby Crystal. Bukada jumps up with the call of the pack and avoids the crash down. Mirwin coming in from the side as well, forcing Rika and Loopy away. Loopy burning his flash in the exchange.
Yeah, I can understand the idea here from SK is we know Jojo's low on mana, let's try and make this play work, but just overextending way too far to try and get something to happen in the top side, at least to get the red, but Flash is burnt now on Loopy, trying to get out. And you're still not really in any of a better position for it.
It's just really easy to let last game get in your head a little bit as well and be like, oh, we just lost by 18,000 gold. We only got 3 kills in the whole game. Let's do proactive stuff. We're losing this early game. We're behind on CS. We're behind on plates. We're behind on kills. Let's try and force things, or at least the chain's part of it. Koi will back away, and that is an example of Koi being a little bit overeager, I think.
I think they were trying to buy time for Alioya's smite to come back up. You could see it was just kind of ticking. It was like, maybe we can steal one away. But yeah, when you already had Jojo Pyun moving fully down into this bottom side, Super still trying to compete on that mid wave as well. It just was never really going to be something that came from it, but still backing away. And I think it's just unfortunate for SK. The Reekers of Sonic didn't connect, but now Loopy
looking for Alvaro. Shadowing Strike going down. There's the CC onto Loopy. Slicing Maelstrom from Rika with the Absconder. Duck gonna get chased down as Rika gets SK's first kill of the game. Super answers with 1 onto the Gragas himself. Bukada's gonna get chased out here. We'll have the cooldowns up pretty soon. Jojo chasing Genax out of the bottom lane, but not really much more doing there.
Now it's a 1-for-1 all said and done. Super is still trying to just push on towards Rika, but won't be able to finish him off. Still, at least SK, like, hiding in bushes, trying to look for something, but I think the fact that Super kind of...
Genax does not. Both of them currently matching up in the top lane.
Looks like they're eyeing up Rika for the moment, so... But Kadui's still on midway first, so it's a little messy from Koi to try and set this up, and good trade from Rika in this bottom side as well. I think Koi have to give this one up.
Oh, flash forward into the Keeper's Verdict, stolen away. Alioya's going to have to flash away. The Dog's chasing Jojo for a moment. Loopy coming in as well with a little bit of vision. He can go for the cast, but Jojo sidesteps it, puts down the gravity well as well, and will catch out Rika in the midst of it. That's 2 already. Jojo with a fancy feed. Koi find 3 on the bottom side. Jojo, I think, died to the bite of the Dogs in the end, but wonderful play from the mid lane man for Koi.
That was what I was going to say. He got them back. It didn't really matter. His Super just trading a little bit here, but really nice stuff from... They had already gotten Jojo low. All they had to do is go for the Dragon, but now Koi get the kills, they get Dragon, and they might look for Genax.
Yeah, look at Jojo towards the top side. Exhaust down onto Mirwin. Alioya locks Genax against the wall, and Mirwin takes the kill. Meanwhile, the dive on the top side didn't materialize for SK. Alvaro here to defend his mid lane.
And this is... Oh. I don't think we want to go this... There we go. Yeah, SK going to back off, but... this is what I've like really started to enjoy about Koi is like, when we say Alioya and Alvaro work really well together, oftentimes it's actually on opposite sides of the map like this, where it's Alioya is going to make the offensive play and Alvaro is always there on the defensive side of the map, and it just makes it really difficult for teams to try and make that play.
The last couple of days, and with the changes to Catalyst on this patch, it works really well. He teleports back up to the top lane. Did he buy items? I haven't seen the items updated at all. Maybe he just didn't have them. As Genax is caught down towards his bottom side, Mirwin flashing into the Hall of Mist to make sure he gets the stun. Alioya slams him into the wall, and Super claims the kill.
I mean, Movistar Koi are just moving around this map so well, even using that
An
TP.
objective, make a mistake on a map movement. Right now, they're not really doing that. Lost a couple of kills early on, but haven't really given up anything since then. Now, a 4,000 gold lead back away, realizing they didn't really want to be prodded back.
Yeah, I think it's just with the amount that's been invested here, it means you're kind of missing a chance to maybe look for Mirren on the bottom side, because the exhaust, I think, from GenX is up. No, maybe just slightly off, but maybe... Oh, hang on.
Loopy goes in. Alvaro there with Magnus Storm as well. Loopy locked up, and Yoya's going to take him out of the gravity well, but doesn't really matter as Koi find one. Chase for a little bit more here. Riftail going down. They'll try and crack the tier 1 in the mid lane. Bukada here to defend alongside Kedwi, but I don't really think they have the manpower to do so. Riftail's going to charge in. That tower's going to go down. Exhaust comes out from Genax, but the jump in by Elioya and Alvaro. Slicing mouse and stolen away by Rika, but it just doesn't do any damn damage. He dies. Now Jojo's trying to chase Kedwi around the bend. He lands it! He went bowling. That's a strike for Jojo as Koi are now 11 kills to 2 up.
Yeah, it's just gone from bad to worse for SK. Loopy tried desperately to make it happen, but I think the raucousness got to his head, and Koi able to turn the fight around.
It's just... you can see what SK are looking for on so many occasions, and Koi are just better. Today, they are just them. And there's not really much SK can do to stop it.
It's also like, if this wasn't a Gragas engage, maybe you could do more. I think it was just a noise of appreciation. Yeah.
Had a few of those from Nearwin last week.
Just a few, yeah.
Very appreciative of being in Madrid. Rika goes in. Alvaro here once again to defend his mid laner. Jojo's Arcane Storm doing a little bit more damage than Rika's. Both of them have gone the Rod of Ages, but Jojo has a full Leandries to back up his Rod.
That's cheap. I think you gotta go back and sell us. So then
okay.
It's like an ARAM, you got a handshake and be like, what are the starting items? And I feel like Jojo hasn't really respected what those starting items were.
There's enough comeback mechanics in the game. Let's not add, oh, I think it's unfair you farmed better than me and taken more towers. It's not swift play. And Leo looking for Janax once again. Will knock him back. Mirwin going in for the chase. Needs those stacks to get the stun and finds them. Steps into the Hallowed Mist. And even the Needles can't sew a way out of the situation for Janax. Bukada is going to be able to steal away these Krugs. I don't think it matters too much. Jojo's coming in. They're going to try and fight. I think I would be a little bit greedy. Making 2 plays on the map is always something we frown upon, unless you are exceptionally good at League of Legends.
I think it was just to poke their head in and get vision as to who exactly was in the area, so they could see how much further they could go in the bottom side play. But Jojo TPing out as he's part of the TP coming in behind him. And it's, just swap places.
I mean, it's a tier 2. Like, Koi just get a tier 2 for this. Rika TP's in, looking for a bit of a Barney on the top side, and Jojo's like, actually, I think towers taste better right now. It will be the 3rd turret of the game for Koi. Yet to see SK get 1. In fact, most of the towers above half HP. Still those tier 1s. Jojo will be gifted over some of this local gold as MKs and such, and you're like, what do you want to be when you grow up? And they're like, I'm a firefighter. It's like, no, you can't be a firefighter. You're just squashing everyone's dreams.
No, is it The Simpsons or something where someone talks about, like, not everyone could be the president?
It's true.
Yeah, and then you go in and you just tell anyone who wants to be the president, you know that's like 1,000,001 chance, whatever it is, and then you just put them down, put them in their place. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that makes sense. Janax trying to put Jojo in his place, but I don't think he wins this one. Okay, not everyone can be Jojo.
And he's not going to be president.
Maybe you're Canada. Who knows? Yet to see the league player into politician pipeline. I'd vote for Froggen. I'd vote for Froggen, okay? Let's put it out there.
I don't know if I want someone who's lived in a gaming house their whole life to be in charge of a country. The man can barely organize a fridge.
I'll give you that one. Koi, though, we see Jojo picking up a kill. We see SK getting their first tower of the game, investing up towards that top side. Artican now struggle a little bit. I mean,
even, I was going to say, like, their early games have still been a little bit wanting.
They're still falling behind a little bit in the early games, it's true. So, setting up for playoffs pretty darn well. Loopy looking for the engage here. Good dodge away by Super. Lightning Crash now stacking up. TP's coming out from Koi as Genax tries to get onto the backline, but he's going to be chased out now. Loopy and Rika very low as Rika tries to dash forward, but you just can't dash into that. Bukada goes to the wrong place at the wrong time and is slammed into a wall. Koi find another 3. with Drake up in 40 seconds. They can just look to push in these lanes, take the dragon, get the soul, and then close out the match.
It was ambitious from SK, but Movistar Koi in a good position.
They need
Now
to
just gotta
lay
continue to
those
push them.
foolish ambitions to rest, don't they? Oh, nice from Elioya. Dashes to a minion, pops the steadfast presence, so no Valkyrie out from Kedui. And I think Kedui thought, well, they're going to be going for the dragon. I can just defend this tower.
That's a man who could be El Presidente.
Oh, yes. Elioya, 2032. I don't know when Spanish elections are, I'm going to be honest.
No clue.
But looking for a possible steal angle, but I don't know if he's ever going to find it. Could eviscerate over the wall, but Alvaro, yeah, he's just keeping him marked the entire time. Koi will get the Baron. TP comes out from Genex as well, as perhaps they look to collapse around the kill, but TP tentative at best, ambitious, we will say. But they need to do like Margit and get Margit out of this mid lane now.
Yeah, 3v4 and you're running for the hills is never a good look, especially as Judge Fiona is still moving through top side.
Look at Bukata, he's just being chased by Alvaro the entire
I mean,
time.
dog versus horses.
Yeah,
we know
horse
who
wins.
wins.
Horse
Okay.
wins. Riki goes in with the slicing maelstrom, counter slicing maelstrom used by Mirwin, but he's the first to fall in the fight. Loopy will go down as well. A 1-for-1 the exchange. Bukata was chased out. Koi will feel buoyed enough to continue pushing in. Third kill of the game for SK. That's how many they got in game 1, and might be where they end up in game 2 too. Yeah.
100 Rels versus Gorilla.
Let's not get into this, okay? Because 100 Rels would 100% win. I don't think people realize, like, the whole 100 people versus a gorilla thing, we conquered the earth with our hands. Like, we took down mammoths, like humanity. Obviously, I haven't taken down a mammoth.
What?
I know. I was going for the last one. They just ended up extinct just before, yeah.
I hate when that happens.
Super's going to chase Bukata out. Genex chase down towards the bottom side as well. Like, Koi can win this game at any point now. It is just about which wave they decide to play on. You can see Mirwin TPing towards bot. Elioya keeping Bukata out of his own base. They're waiting for the super minions, which are next wave in mid, a wave away in top. There's triple inhib, so we'll get double super spawning. And SK relegated to defending their Nexus towers.
I mean, the towers are gone. Like, this is just a slow demise of SK, and from Movistar Koi, it's a nice ascent into playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, Koi in superb form right now. They'll find another 2. And SK really couldn't put up a fight. Koi, off the back of a great performance in Madrid, continue their winning ways and lock their spot in playoffs.
That was clinical.
Yeah.